So I'm using K9s here to see the statuses of things. Well, it took a few minutes to come online, but eventually it came. And if I go to port forwards, I port forward a UI for 3000. So this actually I was commenting on the GitHub issue. So I went here to pipelines, and I wanted just to create a basic one. And this is what is on the page. Well, let me go and try to create a default run. I know that this is not Elyra specific, but since I want to integrate with KFP, I think it's worth taking a look. So this comes with those customized, and I found the recording part here. So I'm missing something. Yes, cron, and let's put a cron expression. And put, yeah, I guess that's every hour. It was, I can't remember, but let me see if I can start this. So I need to find now from the SDK how to create one of these recurring runs. Now, if from the runs themselves, maybe I need to, I don't know how to put Elyra like in this context where this thing is running. I was looking for a Helm chart from Elyra, but I couldn't find any.
Okay. Yeah, I have
So,
something for you. Let me just share. I mean,
okay.
you can interrupt me, Luciana, but I have because I used Kind as my development environment, so I have everything prepared for you. Not for you, but for everybody, you know. So it's so Elyra. There is the pod YAML, the service YAML.
Oh, perfect. So
Okay,
I will.
so
I can.
I
This is a
think that
customize or just a pod?
no, it's just ordinary. So
Perfect.
it's yeah. So there's for OpenShift, but that's not something you need. There's PVC because you want to maintain your what you have in
Notes.
both directories, no?
Local
So
share should be turned. Okay. Okay. Good. Good to know.
oh, there's someone waiting in the lobby.
Well, I would even say that if you want, you can deploy into the same place. I think the other option is so when you go to Elyra, you have the runtime. If your KFP is properly configured, you can just run Elyra on your laptop and push or connect to submit the jobs to your KFP server. So you don't need to have Elyra there and everything. You can just sort of like locally. That even makes it even easier to make progress because you can do you can develop, you can just rebuild there, and then everything just works. You don't have to go through a redeployment cycle, which requires you to build a new Docker image and everything like that. So just from local, and on the you will see a runtimes icon. Just use that to configure to point to your KFP.
Okay. In that case, in the local cluster, I expose. Is the UI service that I need to expose, or should I expose some other thing? I believe there are many services there. So
I don't have my Elyra right here. Let me see if I can just or if you have your Elyra and you can share, I can show you where it is.
okay, I think I need to restart. I was using the Docker.
Oh, it works. Any Elyra. It's just, well, let me see if I can make my let me see if I can go back to the other.
Wait, it's not running right now. I was so if you have Docker run, I'm looking at my history.
I was destroying my Conda environments yesterday. Let me see if this one is gonna work. Then I can show you.
Okay. But I should work. I'm not a big fan of Conda, so Is it possible to run it in just a virtual env? I'm running
Yeah.
in Docker because I was
Yeah,
having
yeah,
some icons
it
not being
works.
shown. Okay, good.
You can run in Docker. You can run in local. You can run in anywhere. The thing with the Docker, then you are still gonna have to make changes and rebuild your Docker image, assuming that is quick enough for
Yeah.
you.
You want me to show I've got something running?
Yeah,
Elyra?
yeah, please, man.
Okay, let's see. I'm in Chrome. That should be fine.
Yeah.
Desktop. Suck. All right. So is my desktop visible?
It's
Yep.
coming up. Yeah, it is.
Okay, it's a bit, it's a bit, but basically there is a section here, right? The runtimes section. And then you can do plus there, right? And that's what you're after, right? I mean, I've got something here that's a little different because I've got airflow, right? But I'm just let's see. Oh, well, my image is configured only for airflow. I when I installed Elyra, I only did it for airflow, so I don't have KFP in there. Sorry.
Okay.
But it's gonna be exactly this with a
Similar,
different,
yeah.
different
Let's
set of
see.
tools.
Let's see if I can. That's basically you can just point to whatever the HTTP address is, right? And of the service or of SVC or public instance, right? Something like that. And after that, it's just the cloud object storage credentials, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I need to run so not only do I need KFP running, but I also need some costs there.
So KFP comes with
Yeah.
that default object storage there. So we what is the name again?
Minio?
Yeah, Minio. So we usually just for testing purposes we just use that one, or you can point it to, I don't know, your IBM Cloud. All of that works. I used to do a lot of the things using the IBM Cloud, just to simplify like the same credentials and stuff. But yeah, it's up to you. Any object storage should work.
Okay. Yeah, I in the current project I'm using MiniIO, so I'm starting to learn how it works. It looks very much like S3.
It is exactly, yeah, the same thing. Yeah.
For local testing, HTTP is just fine for cloud object storage, I believe. So,
Okay, so quick question on when I created, let me see if I can share that URL that I need to key in there. I'm seeing these services here. So I see one is called cache server. So these are the services within the kubeflow namespace. I was for forwarding this no UI. What is it by UI?
Yeah,
Or
the
what
UI
is the one that I need?
I believe so. Yes.
let's see, ML
UI.
pipeline UI.
What is that tool, by the way? That is cool. What's that called?
K9s.
K9s.
Oh, what? K9S.
K9S. Yes,
Okay.
it's very like I like OpenShift and all that stuff, but this is so much faster. So.
Cool. Yeah.
No, if you like
Yes.
this, try Lens.
Lens.
Yeah. Lens
Okay.
is even better.
Okay.
Lens like the glass lens?
Yeah. Let me see if I
Okay.
can show you.
Okay.
Once we're done with the discussion, I'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you have Docker, and I'm trying to think out loud here. I have a Kubernetes cluster that is deployed in a set of containers. If I have, yeah, I think I should run Elyra on my host, so I don't have to think how two containers connect if they are not in the same network. So that makes sense. Quick question, is there a way I can isolate my local Jupyter configurations from what Elyra needs? Because when I run it by itself, the icons didn't appear, and maybe I'm missing one step of the tutorial, and it's fine. So here, go read the manual, but I created a virtual environment, and when I logged in, I wasn't seeing the environments, the notebooks, pipelines, all those icons in the left-hand side. So is there like a trick where if you have customized Jupyter in some way, I can make Elyra ignore my home configuration? I don't know, .jupyter, I don't know where those files are. I usually Google them every time I have to, like, the stuff. No trick? Okay.
You mean,
Yeah.
do you mean the default configuration?
Yeah, maybe I should get rid of all my directories related with Jupyter, because those customizations I have from previous projects, I don't need them anymore,
mhm.
and start over with the layer. I found that a little bit tricky when like I had customized some things.
So I missed it a little bit.
No, I was saying that I had some challenges running Elyra standalone, like your Python only
So
thingy, because I had Jupyter stuff already configs and stuff. I think they didn't like each other. So
I don't think it's that. I think when you have different environments or something, or similar when I have different condas, you have to build or install on that environment so
okay,
that it shows all the stuff.
okay,
Um, Usually, if you don't see there is something wrong, so usually you can do like a Jupyter lab extensions list, and I think that shows you like what extensions actually got installed and stuff, and you can see if Elyra is there or not, or maybe Elyra is in a different location that JupyterLab is not reading from there. But it should just work if you go to the new environment and build from there. That's what I usually do on condas and stuff. So
I see. So okay, yeah, maybe I need to restart from scratch.
for you guys, this is Lens.
Mhm.
It's sort of a K9s. I think K9s is more a little bit of like you type the commands and you think like that and you
Yeah,
do things like that. This is more like on asteroids, and a lot of the things is just like a visual. You can see like pods, you can see like deployments and stuff, and then you want to, oh, okay, I want to see my hub, for example. You click here, you can see metrics, you can see like the logs of what's going on and all those kind of stuff. So it's pretty powerful as well.
Cool.
I
Thanks,
see.
Luciano.
Is that the link that I pasted in our chat here? I mean, the lens, is it k8slens.dev by, what's the one? By Marantis or something? I'm not sure.
I'm checking here.
Mm.
Yeah, Lens, yes.
Okay. I mean, there's GitHub, of course, too, right? But yeah.
Yeah, and I think there is I think recently they used to be free. I think recently they changed the license, but I think if you look into the internet, there is as you said, like a GitHub. I think that is free.
Yeah.
So you can choose which direction you want to go.
So from that lens, you can do the port forward as well.
I never tried. I usually do port forward from just local on
Okay.
my terminal, but I don't know that part. Let me check.
No, just checking because I've been using Canines for some time, and I need to do conscious decisions between before switching tools. If it
Oh, no,
gives me
yeah.
often
No, if you are good with K9s, just stay with it. I think to me, I tried and I had to figure out kind of like the commands and stuff. I was halfway when people show me lens and say, "Well, this is you don't have to."
I see.
So that's why I stayed with lens. But like a lot of my colleagues are already familiar. They just use K9s as well. So no worries there.
It uses the same key bindings as Vim, so for me it comes as second nature. I find myself like
Yeah.
it's okay. So
Okay, are you good then, Noe?
yeah,
Or any other?
I think I'm good. Yeah. So yeah, just
Okay, perfect. Good. Then shall we have a quick look on the issues? Or Luciano, you have something else?
No. Go ahead. I think one thing that we need to figure out is with the PRs. A lot of
Okay.
the new users, I don't know, they're forgetting to sign, and they did even if when I mentioned they are not signing them. So I don't know what we need to do for that, but if you see like other PRs we've read are sort of ready to go, but no, it hasn't been signed. So if you go down, you will see the CDO. Well, if you go down, you'll still see the CDO broken, but mostly the CDO when it's broken is because people forgot to sign. So
signing the commit or something, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Then there's even a tutorial. I did that for. I was also one of those guys.
Happened to me too.
Yeah. That's actually the way to do it afterwards. No, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
I found something on
I
Stack Overflow or something.
Yeah, I need to maybe check if our contributing is missing that part or something like that. But yeah, that's one thing that
Yeah, it's a
it's
pity, no,
holding
because
some of
that
the
guy is not
PRs.
responding, no.
Sorry?
That guy is not responding, no. This
It's funny because he is responding to everybody else, but he's
or he's afraid he doesn't know how to do that.
Yeah, maybe he can come to one of the meeting or something like that. We can or reach out on Slack or something.
Okay, let me actually yeah, okay.
Especially when it's already been committed and pushed to then change it after that. That's I think that it's a bit more involved. It's not so tricky, but you just need to know how.
So what time is it? It's 8:30 here.
I think that git push force and amending the last commit. That's pretty much it. So yeah.
Yeah, let me actually do one thing to make it more simple. Have the WebEx and also the Elyra thingy Slack in the comment, so that we okay, and then I just copy that to all those just to have a chance to get those folks responding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
so this one. And by the way, is it okay if you use my WebEx? Because I don't want to have this personalized. Now we can use anything else. I don't care.
Is what, sorry?
Yeah,
Romeo's,
if it's
it's Romeo's WebEx address,
ahead.
basically, but that's fine, right?
He's gonna join your WebEx like 1 a.m. and keep saying, host,
Where are you?
host.
Wake up! It's like my 3-year-old daughter, It's like, wake up! Where are you?
I mean, if he signs off the pull request, it's fine
And
for
then
me.
go ahead.
So yeah, that's a pity. But it's a good sign that we get pull requests, no? We shouldn't complain.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
Same
Roman,
guy, yeah.
you are more involved with the Linux Foundation guys. Do you think that they can get us a kind of like a WebEx slash like Elyra kind of thing, or Zoom slash Elyra?
Maybe Zoom. They're on Zoom, yeah. I can
Yeah,
ask them.
Zoom. You need to be a whatever member. So like yeah, to get that naming thing. I didn't want to pay, but
Yeah.
like if the Linux Foundation can do it, that would be a good thing.
Okay. Oh, this is not even missing the DCO. Okay, that was a
Yeah, no,
hidden
this
DCO.
one is broken.
Okay. So then what? It's basically this guy, huh?
Yeah, those are the three things
Oh.
that came from last week. I don't think there is
Okay.
much new thing. I'm still waiting. A few folks are looking into the JupyterLab 4. I haven't got any updates yet, so
Okay. Are you joining the call in 5 minutes, Luciano, or do you need to leave? The front end call?
I don't have in my calendar, but I can
You don't
stay.
have in your calendar? Okay.
Well, yeah, I had a last week. Let me see. This week is
Okay. Strange. Because
let me
just
check. Let me check if
yeah.
it's just my. Do you mind sending to my Apple address? Because then I'm always gonna have it.
Sure.
When it's on my Gmail, sometimes it disconnects the calendar. I don't know why.
Okay. Anyone else interested in joining the front end call in 4 minutes?
Front end of what?
Elyra.
Oh, of Elyra. Yeah, sure. I mean, Fridays is our kind of innovation day with less stuff to do daily business wise. So yeah, sure. Yeah. I might not
Okay.
always take part, but it's good to be up to date on what's happening. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So just for there are 2 Arcos students, and they are tasked to actually get Elyra running on JupyterLab 4, which is I think the ambitious goal, and also bump the Elyra Canvas version. Maybe Lucian, that's a question which came up. Is it possible to kind of give them a success feeling and start with the easiest extension to get that running on JupyterLab 4, or is it a one thing and one or nothing thing?
Unfortunately, it's sort of like a one or nothing. Yeah, no, they need to go one by one. I know it's a little bit more complicated, but particularly if maybe they try together. But the thing is also gonna be like it's gonna be exactly the same fix that they need to apply over and over again most of the times.
Okay.
So
sounds a bit like calculus, successive approximation.
yeah.
Whatever that is.
By the way, speaking of successive approximation, I mean that Airflow 2 PR that I've got in there, the generic part, it's working just fine. I rebased, so even the limits aspects, the limits fields for CPU and memory limits, that's in there from that lady's last PR, and it's working beautifully. So from my perspective, that generic Airflow PR is fine to merge. and we've got confirmation from a different user too that it's working for him. But I'm still working on a work in progress with the operators, the scanning of the operator code and transforming it to GUI fields and stuff like that for Airflow 2. That's still in progress. The wheel file of Airflow 2 and scanning that for
Yeah, so
operators. Yeah.
I was
I just haven't gotten to it this week. That's the problem. But I'm doing fine with local testing, local development. In terms of running Elyra locally, Jupyter. That's fine.
Yeah, I was to be fair, I was thinking on if we could merge these, but my only thing is if we need to do a release,
Mm.
then we will be kind of like a Airflow one.
We don't have
half
to
of the
merge it
Airflow
now.
one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my goal is to get everything, and I've got that tracker for myself, right? To get all aspects of Airflow support in there correctly. Even the non-generic operators like a GitLab operator or something, getting that working too. But for now I'm just working on the generic aspects, the bash operator, all that stuff. So I agree that it should be all in one if it's part of a release. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. So it's 6. Yeah, we have the. Oh, there was one function. So we move seamlessly to the front end call. So welcome. Good. Or is there anything else for the Elyra call?
That's good.
Generic? Okay,
No,
good.
we're good.
So then welcome to the front end call, and so we have Luciano here, able to help, and then Alex Bosatz said if there's something urgent, then he can also join and help us. Okay. So the question is, what's your progress? Are you able to already get the stuff compiled and everything is running, or are you stuck somewhere?
Oh, you're asking me or
Yes, yes.
oh yeah. I did manage to fix some errors, but today I got another issue that for some reason when I was trying to build the thing again, it says something like it couldn't find the module, and then I tried to do yarn install, but it didn't work.
Okay. Can you share your screen and show us the problem?
Yeah, I'm trying to wait, give me a second. System perfect. Okay. I have to reopen the WebEx. Give me a second.
Yeah. Any comments from you, Kai, while we are waiting? Or are you just working closely together and you have the same problems?
I think I'm fine. I had some issues with Yarn on Monday, but I think I fixed the issues. I'll try to run it again just to verify if I have the proper issues, just to make sure.
Okay. So what's the status of your development? Did you get running something so far?
I haven't touched themes yet because I had a lot of trouble with Yarn on Monday. I spent a couple hours trying to figure it out. But I eventually got Yarn running fine. So I think I'll try to finish the themes by today, and then we can start working on another package. Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's rejoining.
And I think one thing that is gonna be a little bit common is yarn issues if you keep going from kind of like JupyterLab 4 and base in the running Elyra. I think mostly because they use different Yarn versions. JupyterLab 4 requires Yarn 3.5, and Elyra today requires the 1.2, which is JupyterLab 3. I have a sort of like an alias that go back and forth, but even though like once in a while when I'm going from one to the other, you have to kind of like remove yarn lock or do a little bit of like a magic because something was left behind. So yeah, just
Kind of like cache cleaning or something.
Yeah. And that's like what we were doing just before, where I was trying to show Elyra my environment was for JupyterLab 4 and it was all broken. And now in the meantime I fix it. I think now the build is going through, but yeah, I had to remove yarn, clean cache and stuff like that. So
okay, good. Then you want to share your screen to show us your problem?
Sure. I'll just share my screen. So like I try to like do making stuff, right? And then let me go to
so is this the regular Elyra or is this the JupyterLab 4 one?
This is the because I make a fork of the Elyra repo, right? And I'm working on a branch that is based on the pull request that you made.
Okay. So
yeah.
What is the pull request name?
It's like 3201.
Okay, let me check that. 3201.
Yeah, this one.
Okay, so that is based on JupyterLab 4. So what version of Yarn do you have?
I think it's 1 point something.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work.
Okay.
And that's the thing. You need to go to 3.5. So let me get my alias here and post to you guys. So I'm gonna post on the chat here.
How do I access chat?
So basically, when you go to that branch, you need to do the yarn 3.5, which is gonna switch the yarn, use it on your machine to 3.5. And then I think you will have better success. But then you will still get the errors because the PR is not working. I think the main thing is go extension by extension and get that compiled. So what I was talking with your colleague last time is, so let's say you got this build and code snippet is wrong or themes extension is not building. Just go through themes extension, which is CD packages themes or something, and then you do like a TSC, or you look into the package is just JSON command that is being used for build, and just use that one, and then fix issue by issue. Once you fix that and you come back here, then you will see that themes are gonna sort of like be on the good state, and we need to go one by one to be able to fix that. The other option is also, so there are two PRs, right? One for the Elyra, one for the pipeline editor. Maybe one that you wanna you guys can divide, or you guys can yeah. But unfortunately, I think the question from Romeo before was, can we do one by one? And unfortunately, not really. you can probably try to fake something or deploy just one extension and try to see that, but you will not really be able to run Elyra if all of those are not ready. And any progress that you do, just kind of like a push a PR or push a commit to that branch, and so we can start sharing the progress.
Oh yeah, because like a few days ago, it somehow like managed to compile, and then I did like fix some errors, but like when I open try to like see the extension on JupyterLab, like it didn't show up.
Yeah, no, because the build will not deploy halfway. So if that one, well, if you fix the issues, push a PR, and then if you really wanted to try to see, depending on the extension, what you can do is just get the npm or something, or look into the make file how you deploy just that one extension, and see if if you see something. But some of the PRs are mostly auxiliary code for the full Elyra, so maybe not.
Could I share my screen just to check if the themes package is actually giving me the right issue? Yeah, let me share my screen. Are you able to? Are you able to see
Yes.
the screen?
I think it's coming up. Yep.
We can see
Okay.
us.
Okay, right.
Mhm.
So I'm currently in the themes package. I'm running build, and these are the issues I'm getting, which is I'm pretty sure the right ones I'm supposed to be fixing. So let me know if there's something wrong with this. But I think these are the right issues.
Yeah, I think it is. Some tips I would say, so that there are two ways that I would usually go. So one way is there is a page with what changed from 3 to 4. You can do a quick scan there and see if that is what you are seeing. The other thing is I would usually go to another extension that I know it's already, yeah, you are on that page. I would usually go to another extension that has already migrated to 4. Let's say the JupyterLab Git or the JupyterLab what is that, the type ahead stuff with like the server, the for and then I would search for the object that you're using and see how they are using. Usually it's a little thing that changed, and that helped me solve most of the issues. Or you can just go to JupyterLab code and search for like how they are using that, because they have a lot of extensions there. You will see right away, and you see, oh, this is how it changed. Maybe it's a package move, or maybe it's a new property or something, or a new parameter. It's usually not that big of a deal. It's mostly finding the new way and then applying to other places. It's usually like if you see some of this, you can try apply more globally, or it it's going to be very obvious when you go to the next extension. Oh, that's what I changed on the previous one. I need to change here as well. But I think what I would recommend is for both of you guys to keep pushing things, because otherwise you're gonna make a progress. Kai gonna make a progress. Um, and you guys gonna be duplicating work because you're all based on my PR that is the beginning. So let's all push code, push changes, push progress, and work together. Also, like talk to each other in a sort of say, "Oh, I'm gonna tackle this extension. You tackle that extension. Let's talk when we are done, or let's talk when we see some issues that we don't know how to resolve." And that way, you guys make progress in parallel, and we all get further when you guys are done with the extensions that you guys are working on.
Luciano, what you mean is basically to make pull requests against Elyra community based on the fork branches, so that
Either well, make a PR to my PR, and that's it. And I'll just quickly take a quick look and merge that. So
Okay, is everybody good, or any other questions?
and I think don't wait for the Friday meeting. If you have questions, I know a few of you guys already pinged me in the past on Slack. I'm trying to at least once a day take a look at that one. So let's make sure we don't wait too much, because then we can make progress more quick.
Yeah, Luciano, I'll let you know about the ASP scanning and in terms of the operators. If I ever run across any hindrance, roadblock, I'll post on Slack definitely. Yeah,
Sure.
I'm not gonna just guess, so I'll just post and or if I manage to resolve it, I'll also let you know, either in general or direct message. So yeah, that's a good in general. That's a good idea. I mean, I don't expect response right away, absolutely not. But it's kind of a nice mechanism on Slack to just kind of ping around some messages. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, even between two people, right? Like if I were working with somebody else on that Airflow stuff, a direct message, two members chat is kind of easy to set up too. So yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's live it and use it,
Mhm.
make it happen.
Yep.
Good, perfect. Okay, then I close the call, and let's wait for feedback from you guys. Okay.
Thank you for
Perfect.
working on
Take
that
care.
front end stuff. It's really appreciated.
Yes.
Yeah, you're serving the community.
I mean,
Thanks so
it's
much.
not easy, it's in my own domain, with that Airflow 2 different domain, right? But it's re-engineering those changes and then basically making it run is tough at first. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Okay,
perfect.
guys.
And have a good
care.
weekend.
See you next week.
Bye. Thank
You
you.
guys too. Bye bye.